Delinquent tax sale meaning. What does it mean? And what does it mean to you as an entrepreneur, as a money-making venture? Can be a lot of profits in these things, and there are actually 3 different ways to profit that I'm going to talk about in this video. So make sure you stay at the end because you're going to want to hear all 3. Most people know about 1. I'm going to show you 2 additional ways to profit. So let's get right into it. A delinquent tax sale happens when someone doesn't pay their real estate taxes for somewhere between 3 and 4 years. In 31 states, they're going to then list that property for a public auction, and it's going to be sold off to the highest bidder with the bidding starting at just the past due taxes. And let's face it, that could be a real bargain. If you're talking about a property with only 3 to 4 years worth of taxes due, probably they owe between 10 and 15% of the value of the house. And that's the first person that bids above that, that's the last bidder standing, wins the property. So just for example, if you had a $400,000 house, which is kind of average in America these days, they probably owe $40,000 to $50,000 worth of taxes. It's going up for tax sale, so that you owe the maximum, you owe $50,000. When that property goes to auction, that bidding starts at $50,001. And if someone bids $50,001 and they're the last bidder, they get that property typically free and clear of liens and encumbrances for $50,001. So there can be some amazing deals. Now, usually there are bidders there. Generally speaking, there are going to be people bidding, and properties are going to go for between 70 and 80% of retail most of the time. But every once in a while, there are some incredible deals that happen, and that can be an opportunity for you to make a lot of profit or just to pick up a great property at a bargain price. So that's the way the bidding starts, and that's the way it works. Now, these auctions have some special things to them. You do pay as soon as you win the property, either at that moment or by the end of the day typically. So you're going to be paying, this is not something you can get a mortgage for, so you have to use cash. So you might get a home equity line of credit on your house and draw down on that. You may borrow money from friends and family. You may take money out of savings and have it. But to play this game, you do need cash. It also is a game to be played by people who know what they're doing. You really need to take the time to educate yourself, because there are all kinds of hidden traps inside these deals that just are not in normal real estate. Like, just for example, if there are people in the property, you can't just tell them to leave. If they don't leave voluntarily, either you got to do some keys for cash or you've got to file an ejectment action in court. That's typically a 4 to 6 month process, and it typically costs $10,000 or more, because part of that process in most states is that you have to hire a bonded mover to pack their stuff and put it into storage for a month. So it can get very, very expensive. Also, there are things called rights of redemption, which mean that you don't necessarily get full ownership and use of the property until that right of redemption is expired, because the right of redemption is the right of the person to come back, pay their taxes, give you some extra money, but keep the property. So you'll get your money back, but you can't do anything with the property for, in some places, up to a year. So there's a lot to this that you just need to know. So if you're going to get into this business, you really need to spend some time learning. And I have some tools for you to do that. One tool for that is go learn from my friend Tony. I did an interview with him. You'll see a link down below. It's an interview with Tony. Go watch that. He has an amazing way of buying at tax sales. He's been buying at tax sales for upwards of 30 years. He really knows his stuff. And not only can he teach you the normal way of doing it, which you need to learn with all the traps and everything and how to avoid them, but second, and most important, he has this way of buying a tax sale I'd never seen before I met him, and it's absolutely amazing. He just gets lists of properties that are available where he just has to pay the taxes that are due. There's no bidding, there's no auction, there's none of that. Really simplified process, and he has this dialed in. And this is the greatest way to buy tax sale properties, because there's no competition, no running around. So I really love it. So Tony will tell you about that. Go watch the intro video I did with Tony. It's free, it's right here on YouTube. It's 15 or 20 minutes long. It's amazing. Second thing I want to share with you is I put down below a link to a PDF which gives you the list of tax deed states. Those are states where they actually sell properties at tax deed auction. Definitely download that. It's there with my compliments. It'll tell you the states you can do this in, which is about 31 states. You can't do it in all states. Some states do things called tax liens, which is a completely different system. So I want to make sure that you understand that, because I don't want you running around a state where they don't do those auctions and wondering why on earth you're not finding any tax sale auctions. The third thing, there's a way to make money that I'm doing called overages that is absolutely amazing that you definitely need to know about. So what I do is these days I don't bid in the auctions at all anymore. I just sit there and wait until after the auction, And I watch as these huge piles of money are built up because they collect, tons of money at these auctions. And typically a couple $1 million of that is what's called excess funds or overages. Those are monies that I can reach into and get a portion of. And I do that by helping the former owners get money back from the auction they had no idea existed, and a refund that they never thought they could get. And so it's a great business where you make a lot of cash, you really help people, and it's really an amazing business. So to learn about that, I did a short intro video called Intro to the Overages Business. You'll see a link down below. Click on that link, and there I will spend 15 to 20 minutes just explaining how this business works, so you can decide maybe this is something you want to look into. It's the favorite business I've ever owned. I've owned many businesses. This is definitely my favorite. It's definitely something you should check out if you're going to be in tax sales at all, because anybody who's in tax sales that's not doing overages is just leaving a lot of money on the table. So it's Attorney Bob Diamond. Go check out the videos, download the PDF, check out the Tony video, and definitely check out the overages video so you'll learn all the ways you can make money at tax sales. It's a very profitable business. It's a great business, and it's for the educated. So educate yourself, and then when you're educated, you go in and you'll get great deals, you'll make great money, and you'll be really happy you watched this video. This is Attorney Bob Diamond, over and out for now. Click on the links, and I'll see you at either the Tony video or Intro to Overages. So click now, and I'll see you then.